Ooh, what is up, people? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to more esports talk. Don't judge the look, guys, okay? I'm just a man trying to stay sane. I found a hat. And I didn't find a hat, and now I put this on instead. Yo, you guys might think I'm insane. Let's break down the news. Why don't we? That being a bit of controversy and drama around the FaZe Clan Valorant roster. I'll give you guys the background, a little bit of context here and there as to why some people are a bit concerned about the future of this roster, and I would say justifiably so. When it came time for the first announcement, now just over 3 weeks ago at the end of June, that being a huge announcement, and a currently full-time streamer, formerly of CSGO, that being JasonR, a big name, and I would say a brand of personality that fits FaZe Clan very well. Alongside him, they announced Cory from the Overwatch scene, and they were actually trialing right away with the remaining members who have not yet been signed. It was believed at that moment in time that apparently JasonR would be the captain of this FaZe Clan Valorant roster, much like Hiko is the captain of the 100 Thieves roster, until their debut, just shortly thereafter in the T1 Showdown, where they did not play at all with JasonR. Now, according to Fion on Fire, when it comes time for ESPN Esports, he says, yes, JasonR is the captain. At the time, though, did not play in their debut in that pretty notable tournament and showdown because Cory and the other trialing members had apparently been scrimming together. Now, you can certainly, you can think that's a bit weird, and I would agree. It's not necessarily 100% like, oh, that does make sense, but for a notable debut tournament, FaZe Clan probably does not want to throw a random who happens to be their captain into the mix of their scrim team alongside Cory, who is also signed. It is a bit confusing, though, especially as of late. You add to that context as well. This roster we have really not seen much of when it comes time for a full set-in-stone roster. I do believe Pulse Invitational not partaking in that event, as well as most recently, that being PAX Arena. They backed out of that event because of potentially some internal circumstances, which is, again, it does drive some questions exactly what is going on, even prompting a statement from Cory himself on what is going on inside the FaZe Valorant team. Exciting, for those of you wondering, we aren't participating in the PAX tourney due to some individual circumstances. Stay ready, we got some heat cooking. And that's the kind of very broad statement he was probably prompted to say. You can't really say anything else, right? When it comes time for any issues or any troubles with this roster, of course, if they are going to assign new members, 3, 4, and 5, he can't say anything either. But I think it's fair for any fans out there, especially as FaZe Clan does have plenty of diehard fans, to wonder what the heck is going on. I would say my own 2 cents on all of this, the fact we have not seen Cory and JasonR, really full out play with an actual roster together under FaZe Clan's umbrella yet. When it comes time for a debut not involving JasonR, the captain, that can be a bit hairy as well. I would say my main sight on this is, FaZe Clan signed a full-time streamer in JasonR. How can he make that work? We've already talked about people like Shroud saying that full-time streaming is very, very difficult to also be going a full-time pro. Can you really balance both of those outlets? I've actually had a video in the works for quite some time, maybe not going to release it now, about Hiko and JasonR. They are very frequented, I would say full-time streamers. Can you balance a Valorant pro life with being a full-time streamer? And are those, offsets really worth it? As of right now, we are so early on in the scene, you can probably get away with it, but once we get more developed and more into it and you're all of a sudden showing scrims or showing key things, do you want to be doing that? Does your organization want to be doing that? Is there ever a moment in time, and again, complete speculation, where FaZe Clan says, hey, JasonR is still a very solid and great streamer, maybe he doesn't want to compete on our Valorant roster, we'll just sign him as a streamer and we'll complete the roster without him. The thought did cross my mind. I would love to see the guy compete again ever since his time way back in CSGO. I would love that. And again, complete speculation from me if he can actually balance full-time streaming and going pro in Valorant. But certainly it does drive a question of what is going on inside the FaZe Clan camp when it comes time for their Valorant roster and what is going to happen next. I'm sure I'll be breaking down for all of you guys. I'm also very excited to see what Psalm is doing, by the way, because Psalm has actually been scrimming with this FaZe Clan team, and he is probably the most prominent Fortnite figure, former World Cup man himself, a very, very high earner in the Fortnite scene, to transition into Valorant and actually have a chance to do very, very well. He's one of the more versatile pros out there in the scene, kind of dibbling and dabbling in many esports, Valorant now being one. So I will keep you all posted, guys. I think it's a bit of a mystery what's going on with FaZe Clan Valorant. We will see what happens sometime soon. Until next time, you guys know what to do, all right? Take those straws, and if you don't use straws, that's totally fine, but pour some water in your mouth, pour some coffee in your mouth, swish it all around, and you got a great concoction. Until next time, take care of yourselves. I'll see you guys back here sometime soon. Okay.